Hi, Rick. Wow, 65. Happy birthday. At 65, a person wants to feel good about where they stand. You want to feel good about your health. You want to feel good about your family. You want good friends. It's really nice to be comfortable. And it looks to me like you're in great shape on all fronts. You're a stand-up person who cares about loyalty, which has brought you lots of respect and lots of friends. You're committed to being fair to people. You are still physically active, which bodes well for your lifestyle going forward. And since I'm surrounded by Volks at work, I know you're committed to your family. So from someone who has pretty much lived with you at work for almost 40 years now, looks to me like your senior years look really good. They hold a lot of promise. They hold a lot of discounts. Way to go. So happy number 65. Welcome to the Medicare gang. And good luck going forward. You don't need luck. You're doing all the right things. Love you.
Hey, it's Rick's birthday. Happy birthday, Rick. BJ asked us to do a little video, kind of a celebration video for Rick, but I've decided to talk about me instead of Rick during this video. Kind of tell you about me a little bit. Sunday mornings is usually a mountain bike ride with the Cirrus group, which I enjoy. I think Rick enjoys because I see him there a lot. But it's kind of a lot of fun. I get up in the morning, do my exercises, kind of get ready. You know, the group never starts late. And it seems we always kind of drive alone since COVID. We're all in our own vehicles. So I get my truck, and on Sundays I get loaded, be it Reddington or Gabe Z or wherever we go. A lot of times it's Reddington. And so I'm like, well, I got my truck. I can handle that road. So I get on the road and I'm cruising along and got my radio on. Things are going good. Looking forward to seeing everyone. You know, then you kind of look in the rearview mirror and I'm like, some dust. Well, dust coming kind of quick. I'm like, yeah, I better speed up a little bit. I don't want to get dusted out. You know, I got my nice truck. I can move along here. I'm driving. That dust cloud's getting closer. Must be a sandrail or one of those razors or something, because this guy's moving. I said, I can't get ahead of this guy. So I'm still moving pretty good, driving along. I look up. I'm like, well, there's that sandrail. Holy shit. It's a silver Mercedes. Looking down, I'm doing like 45 on this beat up road. I said, how fast is this guy going? Car gets closer, I'm looking, I'm like, oh, it's Rick. And it's Mercedes, thinking he's got a roadster / rally car. Well, he always seems to show up a little late, even though he drives that car like it's some kind of crazy rally car. The funny thing is, we've got a picture at Reddington. There's everything, a Toyota truck, Ford, Dodge, all these nice trucks, and then there's the Benz, which of course Rick thinks is a truck. So anyways, well, enough about that. Once again, this was supposed to be about me, and that was a while ago. Now more recently, we're sitting out at Gabe Z, and I'm waiting for the rest of the group, talking to a couple of people. And we're chatting away, and all of a sudden this loud vehicle comes blowing down the road, you know, and I'm trying to talk. I can't say anything. And I'm hearing this whole boom, boom, boom. I'm like, who is this punk teenager in this hopped up loud car coming into Gabe Z, you know, as I'm trying to talk to everybody? In comes this beat up WRX, and who pops out? Yep, here's Rick. Proudly announcing he just bought this car for $1. Now, of course, this was a big capital outlay for Rick, we understand at the time. And the kind of vehicles he has, you know, this is obviously a big expense for $1. So the bottom line to this whole conversation is, Rick, you're 65. I think it's time you get a nice, regular, real car that you can drive on the road. Perhaps take BJ on a nice date in a nice car. Go see Adrian down at the dealership. I'm sure he'd be glad to help you out. So happy birthday, Rick. Enjoy your day.
Well, greetings from Baltimore Airport. Thanks, BJ, for the invite. I'll share a quick story about Rick. By the way, happy 65th, Rick. I kind of remember what that was like. But there was a time in our lives earlier on, one of our quote-unquote experimental years, where we were having a party over at the house and stumbled across some interesting white powder. And we all proceeded to investigate this material. And before long, Rick jumps up and says, "Hey, I know, let's drive to San Francisco and let's go see the old bulls." And we're like, "Rick, it's midnight. You'll get up there like 7 a.m. He's like, "That's right. We'll be legendary. It'll be unbelievable." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, you guys go be legendary. Let me know how that goes." Well, needless to say, about 2.5 hours later, here comes the old travel all back to home. Rick, with his tail between his legs, said about to Napomo, said he was passing out. I knew it was going to happen. But anyway, you never did make legendary at that point, but you had been legendary many other times. Have a great day.
Hi, Rick. Happy birthday. So I reserve the right to redo this video since I am the organizer. And I don't have, years and years of great stories to tell about you, but I do have some funny idiosyncrasies of yours that I can talk about. Since we've only been dating less than 1.5 years, I don't have the history, but a couple funny things about Rick. I think most of us know that he doesn't sleep very long. So he's usually up in the 4 o'clock range. Well, I do sleep, but I wake up to him pacing and just waiting for me to wake up. And the second I open my eyes, he throws open the curtains and starts talking or singing, and claps and says, "BJ, get out of bed. We need to get your circadian rhythm going," which I just kind of grunt at. And then I get out of bed and he starts immediately talking about the articles he just read in the Wall Street Journal. Lots of details about World War I, World War II. Lots of exciting things I want to hear at 6 o'clock in the morning. So that's one of my favorite things about Rick. Whatever you do, don't give him caffeinated coffee, by the way. He does not need it. Anyway, he's got some other funny things, little things about him. He used to end every sentence saying, "You know what I mean? You know what I mean?" And then, unfortunately, I pointed it out to him and he has stopped doing it. I'm trying to get him to re-implement that. But he's also really fun to get into a debate with or an argument, because he has this way where he'll kind of stand back and he'll cross his arms like this and just look at you, and he'll do this a lot, BJ, and then he'll say, "So what I think you're saying and what I hear you saying is," and then he'll recap it. And sometimes when he recaps it, I realize like how ridiculous my argument was in the first place. And I usually just start laughing. But anyway, Rick, I love you. And I hope that you have had a wonderful birthday. And lots of love from your friends. And I'm so lucky to be in your life. And I love you so much, baby.
A little secret. One of these guys is Rick. Guess which one?
Happy birthday, Rick. Who knew when I walked into Mrs. Gill's second grade class at St. Joseph's School that we would be friends 57 years later? We've had a lot of fun, and we've gotten in some trouble along the way. Do you remember Sister Cecilia Joseph nicknamed you Mr. Big because she thought you were the mastermind behind some of our pranks? But it's been fun, and I want you to have a great birthday, turning 65. But always remember that I'm going to be younger than you because my birthday is not till August. So have a great birthday, and I'll have mine in a few months.
Happy birthday, Rick Volk. Here I am, doing a couple laps for you up Mount Lemon, because I know you hate going up Mount Lemon. I'm always trying to get you up here all these years, brother. Got to start coming up here so you can drink more IPAs. Here's to a very special birthday. 65, brother. Man, we're getting old. Well, here's to, sorry I can't make it tonight. Celebrate this monumental. I think every birthday is monumental once you get past like 55. So, happy birthday. Have a great time. You got a great girlfriend. BJ is amazing. Stay happy, stay healthy, and see you soon, brother. Love you.
Hey there, Rick. Happy birthday, big guy. Glad you made it to 65. It's quite an accomplishment. So as most people know, we ride quite a bit together. I just have to let everybody know, we like to stop mid-ride for a beer. One time Rick tells us his penis is in the Guinness Book of World Records. And then the librarian told him to take it out. How about that? Anyways, Rick, happy birthday. Love you, man. Keep on rolling. Keep the rubber side down. Peace out.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you,
Ricky.
Happy birthday to you,
Ricky.
Happy birthday, dear Rick. Happy birthday to you.
Woo!
Did you push play?
Hey Rick, happy birthday, dude. You're a guy that's got a bunch of cars, hot girlfriend, good job.
Shitty friends.
And, you know, these guys.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, man, you know, I was trying to think of some nice things to say about you. And I could just tell you that there's nobody else other than these guys here and all my other friends that I like sitting in a ditch in the middle of nowhere drinking beer and whiskey and talking about pussy and bikes. So remember that we're looking up to you. You got things going well, so don't fuck it up, all right? We appreciate you. Happy birthday. Cheers.
Hey Dan, happy 65th birthday. Hope you're having fun tonight. I'm sorry I can't be there, but hopefully it's a fun night. Sounds like we're supposed to roast you, but I just can't bring myself to do that. I will give a quick story, and it's a story probably everyone's got a different variation of, but it's a story of you teaching me how to act with integrity and really be a man of your word. And it starts in Tahoe with you telling me that you don't gamble. And just being wildly impressed by how strong and a definitive statement that was, considering we just got done gambling at the blackjack table for several hours. And it really continued, as we've made bets together and you've refused to pay up. It really has resonated with me how dedicated you are to that original statement of not gambling. It's incredibly impressive. And it's really taught me a lot, maybe not a whole lot that I want to repeat in my own life, but it's very impressive to see you exhibit that level of dedication to just that original statement of not gambling. Just want to let you know how appreciative I am of you teaching me that, how much I love you. Hope you have a great night and a great 65th birthday.
Happy birthday, Rick, from the Alpine. Great staying with you.
Hi, Uncle Rick. Happy birthday. I guess I've known you a lot of years, probably more than most anyone else here. It's been a lot of years. It's basically my entire life, but I think it's really cool that I've known you so long, and then to marry someone and that our families have gotten even closer. And then I guess I was thinking of you earlier this week when I read an article that at 65, you apparently become more delicate. So BJ, watch out for that. I guess Uncle Rick, when we think of you, we think a lot of you.
Yes, a lot, right? You know, like a lot of cars, a lot of bikes, a lot of crashes. And even if we're not in sight to watch you, I know sometimes we all wipe out then. But, you know, you've also taught us a lot, whether it's carpooling or drinking a beer around a tree, sitting in the dirt. You know, it's not just the ladies, but it's also sitting around the Serengeti when you and all of us, honestly, tried to figure out all the PPP stuff. Like, that was just freaking amazing. But, you know, we know you were born with a lot of family and you've made a lot of friends. But as of today, you're officially a lot of years old. So we want to remember a lot. We want to have a lot more time with you. And even if you need a walker or you're in a group home, we'll still come visit you. Because Tricky Rick, clearly you got a lot of smarts and a lot of snark and sometimes a lot of farts.
No, heart, though.
Oh,
hearts,
hearts.
not farts.
Oh, hearts. Oh, yeah. But seriously, we're here to celebrate a lot of you today and lots of years. Cheers to a lot more.
Cheers.
Thanks for being an awesome friend, mentor, brother. Love you, brother.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Absolutely.
Happy birthday, Dad. Happy 65th birthday. What a huge number. You forget that people can get that old, but you are that old. So you're at this advanced age. I thought it was a good opportunity to highlight some of your amazing qualities that make you who you are. You're an independent thinker. A lot of people, when they're eating indoors with company, will wear a shirt. You're not held to that, same social constraint. You will lick your plate to get all the sauce off it at the end of the meal. Again, social conventions that others adhere to and are aware of. Not a limiting force for you. You've got different ways of doing things from everyone else. A lot of people, a lot of suckers, have one or two highly practical multifunction cars. Instead, you have inspired me with your example of having a series of extremely impractical cars, mostly older, mostly unreliable to the point that a few of them are always in compromised status, and occasionally you'll need, despite having 3 or 4 cars, to borrow someone else's car to use it for its point A to point B purpose. Some people might say it's expensive, it doesn't make any sense, and it's a lot of hassle, but what do they know? You're a creative guy. Creativity shines through across your life, from things that you've birthed from nothing and named, like Volk Company or 3591 Golf Links LLC. I mean, you put your own touch on everything, and it's distinctly you and not just a robot. You're adventurous. We always admire the intrepid adventurer who's not afraid and overcomes obstacles. In our case, growing up as a family, those obstacles to what you wanted to do were your family's preferences to do other things, including relax on vacation, but you never let those things get in the way of your mission. And that's what makes a great adventurer. You believe in people. Even though intelligence exams show you clearly that you're in the 99th percentile, you still expect everyone and believe in people to be just as smart as you are or act the way you do, and love the sport of cycling. You always believe, and you'll never stop believing despite evidence to the contrary, empirical and anecdotal. You're hardworking. Man, I can't count the number of hours that I've seen you work so hard to try to find emails in Outlook. You will not use the search function. You will go email by email because, gosh darn it, that's the way they did it. They don't make them like you anymore, just because it takes too long and it's too inefficient to do things that way in technology. You're caring. You will always take time out of your day to share unsolicited advice to loved ones, friends, people who have just said something about something. But not always. You know, you'll hold restraint. You save it for an invention of yours that I like to call the "I could have told you so," which is something that's new to the market in terms of human communication. So I think it takes someone who cares a lot to be that giving and that generous of their time. I think it says a lot about you. And you're a businessman, and you're ethical. You know, you're in real estate in Arizona and sales on top of that. We get a bad rap, but there are lines you just do not cross. Not the striped lines at a parking lot. You will cross those lines, park on them, and pretend that it's allowed. But yeah, you've always taught Scott and Noelle and I what's important, which is never getting caught. So I think everyone admires your ethics. But there are so many things that you've given me personally, and I will have forever. A 2002 Subaru WRX wagon currently needs a transmission. Yeah, I'll have that forever. A love of cooking, food that was prepared by someone else. So love of cooking done by others is what I'm saying. My hairline, thank you for that. I appreciate the accelerated schedule that you passed that along to me on. And, you know, the sense of true contentment that comes from knowing that only perfect is good enough. It just relaxes me, and I know I'm going to have that contentment for the rest of my life. Apart from giving you this video, I know you're getting the greatest gift of all, which is finally, after 65 years of pretending to be this independent, entrepreneurial, ambitious, motivated, self-driven guy, you're finally going to suckle at the government's teat. You've waited so long. I know this has been a lifelong goal, and you're finally here. So enjoy the government dole while myself and others work to support your lifestyle. That's the greatest gift anyone could ever give the man who has it all. In all seriousness, of course, Dad, I love you. You are an independent thinker. You are creative. You are adventurous. You do believe in people. You are hardworking. You're caring. You're ethical. You're an amazing father, an amazing businessman, amazing man, amazing person. I love you so much. Happy birthday.
Okay, we went deep in the archives for these. Here's Rick wearing probably his favorite suit, but carrying a big knife. Big grin for the family photo with baby Tim. Posing with 3 of his brothers, showing off those big teeth. And here, probably quite relieved that he's done giving his toast. Best man at our wedding. Happy birthday, Rick. To a good brother, father, family member, willing host, and hopefully a happy 65-year-old.
So, one of my first memories of Big Rick was back when I was in parochial school, man. I was just a little dude, and we all looked up to Big Rick, man. The head nun at the parochial school, man. She used to call him King Rat and his henchmen. King Rat and the henchmen. And that was like a Catholic nun, man. That's what she would call Big Rick, man. Because, I'm telling you, even back then, man, the dude ran everything, man. He ran everything, man. And we were just in parochial school, man. Like, I was just a little kid, man. I remember kind of one of the first times that, kind of sent me over the edge. We would have a whole lot of money growing up. It was a tough neighborhood, man. It was a tough neighborhood. And Big Rick came to me one night and he says, "Hey, he goes, man, he goes, you want to go to the movies, man?" And I go, "Hey, Big Rick, man, I'm only in like 6th, 7th grade, man. I ain't got any money for the movies, man. What are you saying? Go to the movie." He said, hey, I didn't ask you if you had any money. I said, S.A., do you want to go to the movies or not, S.A., man? I go, yeah, Rick, yeah, Big Rick, but whatever you say, man. I just want to be one of the henchmen, you know, for King Rat. I want to go with King Rat and his henchmen. So yeah, dude, yeah, I'm in, man. Come in, man. So, man, we loaded up at the Wagoneer, man. Rick had the big old white Wagoneer, you know, and he's got an ice chest full of beer. And man, I said, where do you get the beer, man? He's only in high school, man. But you know, maybe he's a freshman, sophomore. I don't know. In high school, he's got the beer in there, and he's got the ice chest and all these lawn chairs. And we got 6 or 7 of us, man. We're packed into the Wagoneer, and he gets up to the drive-thru where you're gonna pay, and we all hop out. We all run out, and we jump over the fence, man. And he pulls up there, and he's all alone in the car. And I go, dude, don't you want to take 2 people in with you, S.A.? Like, make it look legit. Like, you got all these lawn chairs. And it's like, nah, man. He goes, anybody can go in here with 2 people. I'm going in. I'm only paying for 1 person, S.A. I ain't paying for 2. So, man, me and the henchman, we all jump the fence. We run around, and Big Rick pulls up there. And they're looking at him. They go, dude, we know what you're up to, man. You're trying to sneak in the movies, man. He goes, you prove it, S.A. So he buys 1 ticket. He goes in there, and he sets up the lawn chairs, and he cracks open the beers. And we go over the fence, and we go around, and we go, hey, man, give me your ticket stubs, S.A., man. Give me your ticket stubs. We went around, and people said, hey, man, I give you tickets. I said, hey, man, you give me your ticket stubs, or there's going to be a problem. So, man, they gave us the ticket stubs. We went over there. We sat down. They tried over to bust us. And Rick, man, goes, man, they don't call me King Rat for nothing, S.A. We got in there. We watched that movie for free.
When Rick was in high school, he had a summer job at Cox Produce, starting on a potato crew, bagging potatoes for the grocery stores. Worked with 2 old-timers who noticed that he kind of elevates off his toes when he walks, so they nicknamed him Pisa de Flores. Happy birthday, Pisa de Flores.
Just a couple years later, Tommy and I welcomed Carrie into the world. And a few hours after she was born, of course, I was exhausted and in pain, but also happy to have our new baby girl. Ricky comes in with the rest of the family, takes a look at me and says, thought you already had the baby. Empathy personified. Ricky, no matter how gray you get, no matter how old you get, you'll always just be my little brother Ricky. Happy birthday.
Happy 65th birthday, Rick. May this be the best birthday you've ever had. Love you, Brian and Stephanie.
Hey, Rick, happy birthday. Boy, when I heard you were turning 65, I thought, man, that guy is getting old. But he sure doesn't look it. You definitely don't act it. And you're just as foolish as the rest of us. And you can sure kick my ass on a bike sometimes. And I've been trying to figure out what's the fountain of youth that Rick's figured out that the rest of us haven't. And it all came to me. Schoolgirl socks. You've made them a fashion statement for old guys. And I'm all in, bud. There they are. I'm coming to get you now.
Oh, Jesus, that's bright. All right, happy birthday, Rick. I can't even look at the light. So your lawyerly girlfriend asked us to put together a video for you, which was beyond my technological abilities. My oldest daughter is more technologically adept than me, and she's the one behind the camera. There you go.
Hi, Rick.
So, Rick, I'm supposed to follow a specific set of rules for this video, and I already broke them, and I really hope I don't get sued. I'm not supposed to film in the dark, but I think you might recognize where I am. I'm at the top of the UAT, which is where I've been several times with you and a group of these folks. In any case, I'm supposed to say a few things about you. I guess first off, it really pisses me off that it's your 65th birthday. You're 10 years older than me and way more than 10% faster than me. I mean, more like 25% faster. And I'm really struggling to come to grips with this. All right, so I don't like that about you. But you have given me some good advice. One of the things I really like is your choice in vehicles. I mean, that Jeep Wagoneer, The more recent Subaru you're showing up at the trailhead with, those are wonderful. You're a car guy. I like that about you. I also picked up some riding advice from you that I won't forget. I may not follow. Namely, I observed that on these group rides with a bunch of the fast guys, of which you're one of them, you don't drink on the ride. You wait until after the ride. Well, I just can't keep up with you, Rick. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Rick. I'm going to share some things with you that maybe no one except Pete might remember. You were sort of an interesting little person when you were in grade school. You were able in the second or third grade to read upside down, which drove your teacher crazy, I think. Also on the playground, it drove me crazy when I was a yard mother to hear everybody out there saying, "I want to be on your team, Rick. Rick, can I be on your team?" But you were heading a team then, and look at you now with your same team at Volk Company, which is pretty terrific. So the only other thing I will share is this little card that you made me. You probably can't see it. It's a couple little flowers on a hill, and it said, "You are Y-O-U-R, as sweet as these. Angles aren't sweeter than you. No one is sweeter than you, Ricky." So, oh. Well, that's okay there. So that's all I have to share. If you want to, someday I'll show you all the spiritual bouquets I have that you sent me when you were 5 years old. It's very interesting. Until then, I'll let the next person talk. Bye.
Hey Rick, happy 65th. Crazy to think about all of the bike rides and L tours and 24 hours and basketball games we watched together, and looking forward to many more. So, happy 65th. Have a good one, buddy. Bye.
Hey, happy birthday, Rick. Good job making it to 65. That's quite an achievement. You are one of the healthiest, wealthiest people I know, but still pretty smart with your money too. I mean, who else has a great set of gear and bikes and cars, and yet still frugal enough to bring a styrofoam cup around with him on his bike rides and bum beers off of his friends? So even though you are really, really old and really smart, there's probably a few things you could still learn. For instance, in this picture, and maybe you can Google the interwebs and see what a four-wheel drive vehicle should really look like, because your Mercedes, it's not one of them. Having said that though, Rick, I hope you have a great birthday. You keep the rubber side down this year, and you manage to get rid of the cars that you don't want anymore and hang on to the ones that you do. Happy birthday, sir. You're the one we all want to be once we realize we're too old to grow up. Cheers.
Hi Rick, Laura here. I don't really have a roast story to tell, but I do have a really fun memory from a summer, a couple summers ago in San Diego with Jeremy. We went on a bike ride up to, I think, Encinitas, somewhere thereabouts, and I was feeling really fresh in the beginning of the ride, and I think you weren't, but about midway through the 70-mile ride, it was kind of going the other way, and so I remember we made a stop, and you got some of this and drank it and proceeded to crush Jeremy and me all the way back to Shelter Island Marina. So that was one great memory, and the other also involves this bike and one of these. I was having trouble with my front brake sticking, and you, with your MacGyver-like skills, used one of my hairband thingies to fix my brakes so they weren't rubbing. So anyway, I just wanted to say happy birthday, and I'm so happy we got to know each other, and cheers to you. And I know JRB would be wishing you all the best as well. Happy birthday, Rick.
Hi, Rick. I wanted to wish you a happy 65th birthday. I knew we were going to be friends from the second we met, and I inappropriately hugged you during COVID because I was just excited to meet you, and I've loved getting to know you. Love all the time we spend together. I love how happy you make BJ. I love special time with Rachel and you, and wanted to wish you a very, very happy birthday. All right, I'm so glad to be part of your friend group and excited to celebrate you on Saturday. Bye. Mwah.
Tom, 3 things to remember when you get older. Never pass up a bathroom. Never waste a hard-on. And never trust a fart.
I'll keep that in mind as I approach decrepitude.
It's a good one, then.
Let's go home.
Excuse me?
I want to go home now.
I thought... What about the silk suits?
That was very clever of you, Edwin. How'd you know I wouldn't go through with it?
I didn't.
We want to wish you a happy 65th birthday, Rick.
Happy birthday, old man.
And talking about your birthday, we have to go back to the year you were born, 1957.
Rick, as you recall, as a young infant, some of the top slang of the mid-1950s were get bent, righto, and go 8.
And guess who was the president? Dwight D. Eisenhower.
And as you recall also, growing up, Rick, at that time, the cost of things were a little differently than they are today. Matter of fact, the cost of a first-class stamp was only 3 cents.
And a dozen eggs was 57 cents.
And a gallon of gas, a pricey 31 cents a gallon.
Woo!
There were also a number of popular songs that you were rocking out to in the crib.
Remember That'll Be the Day by Buddy Holly?
And Great Balls of Fire, Jerry Lee Lewis.
And of course, there's always Elvis, all shook up.
So, I hope you enjoyed that short walk down memory lane. But as we go, Jan and I want to leave you with some 3 pieces of sage advice that you might recall from Jack Nicholson's character in the movie The Bucket List. Number 1, never pass up a bathroom. Number 2, never waste a hard-on. And number 3, never trust a fart.
Happy 65th, Rick.
Happy birthday.